Please note that this content is for adults only. Viewer discretion advised. If you haven't yet, hit the subscribe, like, and share.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another live stream with me, Grizzly. This is Grizzly True Crime, and today we're gonna need to like and share this, please, because it's another missing child case. She's 13 years old. I'm gonna show you a presentation now. We're gonna look at the press conference from just a day or two ago and everything we can and share as much as possible. Okay, so let me get that presentation for you. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Welcome to all my moderators. Thank you so much for everything you do. Welcome to all my patrons, members, subscribers, all the lurkers, which means you just watch but you haven't subscribed yet. Okay, if you want to subscribe, do that. Become part of this community and help us get the word out. That is what we do best. Grizzlies, you guys share so nicely, especially on X. Thank you so much for all the reshares and reposts, and it just, helps us contribute to the momentum of getting the word out here, because you just never know. If someone has never heard of this case before and they live in the area, maybe they saw something, maybe they know something, and they're like, oh my word, and then they call it in. You just never know, okay? So, this is the case of Madeline Soto. She's just turned 13 years old. And I do know I am receiving all your emails. I'm obviously on X as well. If you guys follow me there, my handle's at True Crime Grizzly. Oh man, there's so many missing children right now, missing persons. There's a lot, right? So over there on X, I share as much as I can. And over here today, we're going to deep dive this one. So Madeline turned 13 on February 22nd, which is a week ago. And she has blonde hair and blue eyes. She has dimples and a mole on the left side of her nose and right side of her chin. So you could see them on all her pictures. So just take note of that, right? Especially if you're local. This case happened in Florida, Orlando, Florida. That's where we're going today. So she's 5'1", approximately 110 pounds, and she was last seen on February 26th on Town Loop Boulevard near the Urbana Apartments in Hunters Creek. She was last seen wearing a dark green hoodie, black shorts, and white Crocs. So I always mention it also slowly like that in case you spot any items like that. If you see a dark green hoodie just lying around, or black shorts, or white Crocs or something, you just never know. Rather call the police, right? And she may have been carrying a gray floral JanSport backpack. Okay. So, the number to call, if you know anything, is 407-423-8477. An arrest has been made, and we're gonna get to that, and prepare to feel snarky. Okay, so she is deemed missing and endangered. That's what the police have said. Now, the timeline details go as follows. Linda, by the way, thank you for being a member for 28 months. Thank you so much. Okay. Here's the timeline details. Maddie turned 13 on February 22nd, which was a Thursday. Police learned from her phone that she told her friends that she wanted to live in the woods when she turned 13. So that's pretty scary to think that weekend, like by the Monday, is apparently the last time she was seen, but she told her friends, when I turn 13, I want to live in the woods. On Monday, February 26th, she left her phone at home. Now, in interviews with, I think it's Fox, her mother said that it wasn't unusual for her to sometimes forget her phone at home. But that day, she did leave her phone at home. Her mother's boyfriend, the red flag, the one that was arrested, 37-year-old Stephan Sterns, took her to school. But he dropped her off a distance away from the school, about half a mile from what I could see. Which I do not know what the reason for that is, but I've seen on Facebook, so take it with a grain of salt. Of course, that's just speculation from social media. But somebody on Facebook said that maybe it's because she was embarrassed of his car or something like that. Which sounds like it could be, you know, if someone's 13, they're like, ew, I don't want you to drop me off right there at school, or I'm embarrassed of your car, whatever. I have no idea what car he was driving, but that is just one of the things I saw on social media. She did not make it to school. Now, in another interview as well, her mom said that she was seen hanging out in a church parking lot, which was very close to the school, very close to where she was dropped off. I'll show you the maps as well. I haven't seen that video, but the mom says it seemed like it was her. The police in the press conference say it's kind of grainy. They couldn't really tell. They're not 100% sure, but they've got lots of other video. So anyway, she did not make it to school that day. Her mother only found out at 4:30 p.m. when she went to pick her up that Maddie had actually been absent all day. So, of course, that is a huge cause for concern. There's a lot of outcry on social media. Even authorities saying, well, that shouldn't be that way. They should really alert parents maybe by 10 o'clock or something if their child hasn't shown up for school, or, if they don't have like a sick note or weren't supposed to be absent, if they just are missing, basically. It shouldn't take all day for the parents to figure that out, that they actually aren't at school, right? So, yeah, Debbie says maybe down the block, but half a mile is far. Yeah, that's just a rough estimate I saw from the map. We'll look at it together as well. So her mother called 911 to report her missing, because when she went there to the school to pick her up at 4:30 p.m., so there's a whole day that went past, right? She was last seen somewhere around 8:45 a.m. So after the whole day had passed, only then did her mother realize she's missing and called 911. And that's when the investigation into Madeline's disappearance began. Here's a picture from what looks like her 13th birthday, because there's a 13 on the cake there. Beautiful picture of her, beautiful cake as well. And how sad that was just a week ago, celebrating her 13th birthday. But of course, when I heard that she told her friends she wants to, after her 13th birthday, go and live in the woods, I was wondering, well, I wonder what she's running from. Like, why would a 13-year-old want to do that, right? Oh no, but then we get there, we kind of get to the answer, allegedly and unfortunately. So, prime suspect. Here we go. So take note of this guy. I just quickly want to read Stacy Klein's message. She said they just closed Whisper Lakes to search there, close to JYP and Central Florida Parkway. I have seen that they have been searching far and wide, especially because she said she wants to live in the woods. All the wooded areas near her house, near the school, the lakes, they've really got big search teams out there. It reminds me a bit of when they were looking for Brian Laundrie, right? Which was a completely different situation. It's just like you just see all the buggies out, and there's horses out, and there's canine. They've got canine units out there as well, just in case. So, yes. Okay, so here's prime suspect. During the investigation into Madeline's disappearance, Orange County Sheriff's Office detectives discovered disturbing images and video from sexual crimes that took place at the home, at the family home, when they forensically examined 37-year-old Stephan Sterns' phone. This is the mother's boyfriend, and on his phone, they said they also, the phone's data revealed attempts to delete the evidence. They saw photos and videos that were criminal and sexual, and so he's been arrested, okay? He was arrested on February 28th of 2024 and charged with sexual battery. He's being held on no bond. The Orange County Sheriff's Department is investigating Madeline's disappearance, while the Kissimmee, I hope I'm saying that right, police department is investigating the sexual battery case. So that is very, very concerning, and gives us a little bit of insight of maybe why she was like, I'm gonna live in the woods. Get away from this guy. Based on what they've charged him with. They didn't say, obviously, that it's photos and videos of Madeline. It's pretty hard not to connect those dots, though, right? To be like, let's put 2 and 2 together here. So, yes. Kraken Studio says her wanting to live in the woods was likely because of him. Of course, I'm just speculating. We don't know what material exactly had there, but it sounds very concerning. So the sheriff, John Mina, said Stephan Sterns had an opportunity tonight to come clean with detectives and help lead them to information about Maddie's disappearance. Her loved ones deserve answers, and OCSO, so it's Orange County Sheriff's Office, and the Kissimmee Police will not stop until we find Maddie. The search for Madeline continues. Oh my goodness. So, Kissimmee. Thank you, Hudson Lawrence. So here's some more pictures of him that I found, and he also says he's a cast member at Walt Disney World, which is just another red flag based on what they potentially found on his phone and what he's been charged with. This guy's a cast member at Walt Disney World? So what else has he done? Or what does he have? What is he into? I don't even want to know. This is terrible. I also don't know how long he's been dating Madeline's mother. In this picture in the middle as well, it looks like a young girl in the background there, in the reflection of his glasses. I'm not sure if it is Madeline or not. Wild Mountain Times, they're so glad they've arrested the suspect. Hold on quickly.
Well, good afternoon. So thank you for being here so we can bring as much attention as possible to the case of missing juvenile Madeline Soto. So let me first start by saying, I know as a parent, this is every parent's worst nightmare. Many of our detectives and deputies who are working the case, they also have children, so they're working extra hard to find Madeline. We can't even imagine the pain and anguish that Madeline's family is going through. But I do want to assure the community that we have well over 100 deputies, detectives, intelligence analysts, and specialized personnel who are investigating this case and searching for Madeline right now. And we will not stop until we find her. So Madeline is 13 years old. She has been missing since 8:30 on Monday morning when mom's boyfriend dropped her off near Hunters Creek Middle School. He dropped her off actually near the Peace United Methodist Church on Town Loop Boulevard. So I'll kind of go through like a timeline of events as we know it. Like I said, mom's boyfriend dropped Madeline off at about 8:30 a.m. on Monday morning, a few blocks away from the school. At approximately 4:30 on Monday afternoon, Madeline's mom went to the school to pick her up and found out that Madeline was not there and had never reported to school, so she never actually entered the school. And so we also learned that Madeline left her phone at home that day. So we were called on Monday evening at approximately 8 p.m. Our patrol deputies went out there, met with Madeline's mom at the school near Hunters Creek to take a report on her missing daughter. So we started the investigation that night, started canvassing the area, looking for any witnesses or surveillance video. So later that evening, while we were doing an investigation, we did obtain an article of Madeline from the house. We called our bloodhound. The bloodhound did an extensive search, which unfortunately did not provide any results about her whereabouts. So our missing persons detectives responded to take over the investigation. So they did interviews with mom's boyfriend, Madeline's friends from school. We were able to access Madeline's phone, and there is information on the phone that indicated that she told people when she turned 13, which was on February 22nd, she actually wanted to go live in the woods. So that was in her phone. And so during the course of the day on Tuesday, detectives and deputies conducted extensive interviews, an extensive canvass. We collected video from the area, and again conducted interviews with family members. So on yesterday, we distributed flyers in the area near the school. As a matter of fact, Madeline's family had their own flyers. We're also distributing flyers to family and friends and students at the school at the same time. So the house is in Kissimmee, where the family lives, is being held overnight by the Orange County Sheriff's Office and the Kissimmee Police so that we could secure search warrants. This is common practice in cases like this, and those search warrants should be executed today. On Wednesday this morning, more than 50 members of our emergency response team responded out there to the area near the school and conducted an area search for Madeline. And so
I hope you guys are paying attention. Are you? It's pretty much what I went over in my presentation there. I do have a lozenge now, so thank you to Mr. Grizzly for that. Okay, we're going to watch this little press conference. It's almost 15 minutes long, so we're going to watch that, and I will get back to the presentation, and I do want to show you the map time still, okay? So let's continue.
We have a command post set up out there at that area. We also have a command post set up here at the Sheriff's Office for the investigative side of it. So, our detectives are continuing to do interviews and follow up on all possible leads. One thing we do in all missing person cases, especially missing juveniles, our sex offender surveillance squad goes out and makes contact with every single sex offender in the area of Madeline's last location. And so, I wish I had some more definitive answers. We just want to keep getting Madeline's picture out there. We want people who may know something about her disappearance to call us. They can call us anonymously at 1-800-423-TIPS. They can also call 911 if they think they know.
So all the numbers I'll put in the description box for you as well. And someone did say earlier, it could have been him sending the messages to her friends. We don't know the timeline of those texts, do we? We don't know the timeline of those texts. You are right. So also, please hang in there if you have seen this press conference, because I want to show you an interview that her mother did with the guy, the boyfriend, sitting in the background, like cracking his knuckles and really like kind of trying to control everything. Just from the background, it's so creepy sitting there. So just wait for that, okay? We're going to watch this press conference. We're going to do some map time. We're obviously going to finish the presentation, and I want to show you that interview as well.
What happened to Madeline, and again, it's every parent's worst nightmare, but rest assured that we are doing everything possible. We have an extensive section dedicated to working solely on finding out where Madeline is, and I'll take some questions, but again, still early on in the investigation. I'll start over here. So right now, the facts of the disappearance don't qualify through the Florida Department of Law Enforcement for an Amber Alert. Certainly, if through the investigation it does qualify for an Amber Alert, we will send that out.
Sure. Just I know we say it's her mother's boyfriend. Is there any indication the father's in the picture? Is he local? Is there any possibility another family member from, I guess, previous marriage might be involved in this?
There's no information to indicate that there's another family member, an outside family member is involved. No, not at this time.
Is he local, the father, do you know?
I'm not sure. Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Let's go right here.
Yeah, sorry. Based on what you found on the phone, is there any indication that she was trying to live with somebody else you were with?
Man, it's one of those press conferences where the media doesn't have mics now. Sometimes we're spoiled when they do, right? So there's no Amber Alert. It's a missing child alert because there's no evidence that she was abducted. That's what they answered so far. So missing child alert. So please do like and share. I'm going to show you some more pictures of her afterwards as well. And let's keep, they ask questions for quite a while now. Let's listen to if we can hear the questions, at least we can hear the answers very clearly, right?
No, just the information on the phone was that when she turned 13, which was just February 22nd, she was going to live out in the woods. So it's one of the reasons we're out there in that area searching.
That conversation with a friend?
That was, through either text messages or other social media messages. Yeah.
Sheriff, I know you had mentioned that Madeline asked to be dropped off at church away from the school. Family also said that as well. They also mentioned that she asked to be dropped off an hour before school. Anything suspicious about the location of where she was dropped off and the timeline of when she was actually dropped off?
Yeah, that's certainly all the things that our detectives look at. I know the initial information was that she said, hey, I'm embarrassed of this vehicle, whatever, so drop me off at this location. We're still following up on all of that. But yes, certainly something that we will look into. Why not drop her off at the school? But we're looking into all of that.
Sheriff, we've heard there is surveillance video from that church that was given to detectives. Does it show her actually getting out of the car and starting to walk?
So we collected that video, analyzed it, and it's a very, very grainy video, so we're not actually sure if that's Madeline. But we've collected video from other parts of that area too.
So after I show you more pictures as well, if you are in the area, please also check your, we always say this, but dash cam footage, ring cam footage, any photos you may have taken, or if you remember something, you just never know. Dana says moms need to vet their boyfriends. The problem is these types of groomers and predators, the moms wouldn't even see it coming from anywhere. They just wouldn't know because of how they operate, right? So that's the problem. So the boyfriends actually need to stop. Those types, these predators need to stop. They need to be really held accountable. They need to be very long charges for these types, right? Or I don't know what measures to be taken, but they need to stop. Yes, the moms, I get they need to be careful and protect their children and all of that. But these guys, the way that these groomers and predators enter homes, obviously under false pretenses, sometimes to get to the children, sometimes not. Sometimes they really are with the mom or whoever, and then later down the line, I don't know what happens. But yes, okay. Annie P says, does she have social media? I don't think so, because you have to be 13 to have a Facebook account, TikTok account. So she only just turned 13. So I don't think so. I haven't found any social media for her. I know that people can just open accounts, but I haven't found any for her.
At this point, are you looking at the boyfriend, the person who dropped her off, as a suspect or anybody as a suspect?
So anytime we have like a missing juvenile, we certainly look at everyone that has contact with that juvenile. It's one of the first things that we do. So the investigation is ongoing.
Any reason to believe there is any criminal or suspicious activity right now?
So yeah, anytime that we have a missing kid who left her phone at home, who was dropped off, early, a few blocks from school, we look at all of that. So, anytime a child goes missing, to me, it's always suspicious. And in this case, that's why, we're putting all these resources towards finding her. Well over 100 personnel are working to find her, from detectives to analysts to specialized patrol, mounted patrol, our emergency response team, and others.
When she left her school that morning, was she carrying anything besides the obvious?
Not to my knowledge, no, nothing that was beyond the obvious, yeah. Yes?
I'm just answering some questions as they come through. B. Miller said that groomers gain access through the parents. Exactly. And the moms just wouldn't know, you know what I mean? Also, someone said, is there video of her being dropped off at the school? No, she wasn't dropped off at the school. She was dropped off at near it, like a church area. We're going to look at the map afterwards. I'll show you that, just where she was dropped off, apparently. And her mom said it seems like there's video from her hanging out in that parking lot. And also she asked to be taken there early and to be dropped off there, not by the school, because she said she was embarrassed of the car or something like that. So I don't know, man. But also people are saying there's no woods. Hudson Lawrence said, ain't no woods there. That's swamp. And Bergstrom said, yeah, Florida woods are not like typical northern woods. So I wonder what she meant by, when I turn 13, I'm going to go live in the woods. Does she mean like in the Florida swamps, or is she going elsewhere, like on a bus or like somewhere to get to actual woods? I really hope not. I hope she is okay. I hope she'll be found alive and well, and that she'll have a safe home to stay. Thank you so much, Helen.
You're searching Oakwood Park, if there's any indication that she can be around the area?
Where?
Oakwood Park?
No, so we're searching all the areas around that area where she was last seen, and then of course we're searching any area where we've received any tips, or any areas that investigative leads have led us to. Yeah.
Sure. Do you know when that text message or social media message was actually sent? The next communication was made?
I can't tell you exactly when it was. It Obviously, it was before she turned 13, which was February 22nd, but that's all I can tell you right now.
And was there any indication that there was some sort of turmoil in the household while she's telling folks that she's thinking of living in the woods?
Other than that, to my knowledge, there was no other indication of turmoil in the house.
Family believe that she was taken. There is any possibility of that?
So, that's why we have all these people out there. We don't know if she was taken. We don't know if she stepped away. She left her phone at the house. So that's why we're putting all this effort into. That's why we're doing this press conference to hope someone from the public may have saw something. It might not have seemed like a big deal at the time, but now knowing what Madeline looks like, maybe it's some information that could help us find her whereabouts.
Sheriff, we're told that Madeline was into online gaming. Her mom mentioned that she had a passion for gaming online. Any indication if something could have happened, perhaps connected to online?
Yeah, so anytime a juvenile goes missing, we're always looking at social media or phones. Obviously, I said we have her phone. We're able to analyze her phone. So anything that's involving gaming or social media, certainly we take a look at. And just know that a lot of times some of that information from third-party social media platforms does take time. We need to get subpoenas and information. But yeah, we are looking at that phone, and certainly that's things that our detectives will look at.
Lorraine Lawrence says, don't these boyfriends have jobs? Mine did. I would not have my boyfriends watch my child. The thing is that he was a real estate agent, so maybe he had flexible hours, and then he was also like a cast member of Disney World. I mean, wow. Now, in hindsight, that's very red flaggy for him, right? Also, MSW93 said, former child therapist here. My mentor was grooming boys. I turned him in, but there wasn't enough hard evidence to nail him. He did surrender his license, but then got a job as a child photographer. Oh my goodness.
This is being held in Mississippi, but any chance we're getting information that there could be a search going on in St. Cloud,
Yeah, so like I said, throughout the investigation and tips that come in, we search different areas.
So they are in the St. Cloud deputies?
I'm not exactly sure where they are right now. I just know that we've searched several areas out there.
Sure. You mentioned the bloodhound. I'm just curious. Obviously, bloodhounds pick up a trace of Madeline. I believe you had deputies out there by the middle school today. That's also where a trail is. Can you just give us an indication, like what kind of radius a bloodhound can do, or area, or?
The bloodhounds. I mean, we put out our own videos. Depending on the scent and how strong it is, there's cases of bloodhounds tracking someone a mile or even more away. So that's why we have bloodhounds here. We use them anytime we have a missing person, and so that's one of the reasons we not too long ago we put out our scent evidence kit. If you want to, you can get one of these scent evidence kits. You can put a piece of their clothing, an article of their clothing inside this kit, and then if God forbid someone who's elderly, who may has dementia or Alzheimer goes missing, we can give the bloodhound, let them sniff that article, and they may be able to take the bloodhound right to it. But they're incredible animals, as you know, and they're very capable of doing those searches.
When interviewing the family, last night they referenced the person who dropped Madeline off as the boyfriend. Today they said ex-boyfriend. Can you confirm if it was a boyfriend or ex-boyfriend of the mother?
So the information I have is that the mom's boyfriend dropped her off. That's the information I have.
Sheriff, there's a great amount of detective work going on, a great amount of resources at work. Do you have any suspicion about what happened to this little girl?
So all I will say is that our detectives are following up on every single lead with the end result of finding Madeline. That's their number one priority. But in investigations like this, they look at everything. Like I said, we interview family members, we locate sex offenders that are in the area, we look at video, we look at everyone's phones, we do search warrants to see if there's any indication in the house. So we do all of that, and it's an extensive investigation. So I said well over 100 people are involved.
Okay, we're almost done. We have a minute left of the press conference. Mrs. Melissa said most of these guys don't show their true colors to everyone else. That's how they get by with it so long. Exactly. Also, Rainbow Mom said, Disney has said he does not work there. Can you please send me that? Because I haven't seen anything like that. I would love to see that. And then Kraken Studios said, no matter what your job is, you're called a cast member when you work for Disney. You could be the janitor or the CEO. Your name tag has cast member. And I saw on his Facebook, almost everyone that he's following, and it seems like that follows him, works at Disney. So, I don't know, to me, it's just a giant red flag. Then we've got some boots on the ground. Lily Rose said, wish me luck and wish the family luck. I'm going on the search. I was called. I'm leaving now in Rumble Road in St. Cloud where there are woods. Prayers, please, prayers. Thank you. Thank you, Lily Rose, for going out there. All the best for your search. I really hope that Madeline will be found. So let's quickly finish this press conference. Then we've got more presentation to do, map time, and I want to show you that interview with the boyfriend in the background.
So, we're hoping some tips come in that may help us. Again, we're going to continue to look at all the things that we do, license plate readers, video surveillance, cell phone information from everyone, and those are all the things that are going on right now. If we get tips, certainly we will. There's a lot of different areas out there. And we'll send our search teams to different areas over the next couple of days.
Sharon, the mom mentioned to us that the daughter has autistic tendencies. Did that change search efforts at all?
No. We treat a missing person as a missing persons, and I know there's different levels, and people are on the spectrum at different levels. So no, it wouldn't change our investigation. It's just a piece of information that we know, and based on our training of dealing with people who may be on the spectrum, that's something that we take into consideration about where they might end up, where they might go.
Everybody good?
And that's it. I think it was a very professionally done press conference as well, right? Very good. Glad they could ask lots of questions as well. So now, let me first quickly finish this presentation, then I'm going to show you the map. So, because the map also helps just to see, well, where and how. Because I was also wondering, is that really the timeline? Did she really get dropped off that day, or did she disappear that weekend, or what happened, right? Because she turned 13 on February 22nd. Rob says, thank you to everyone who's involved in the search for Madeline. Yes, absolutely. I know they are searching far and wide for her, using every resource possible. Okay, so back to my presentation here. If you missed this in the beginning, please like and share, not because you like the type of topic. I know it's very sad that there's a missing teenager, but because you want more people to see it, you want to get the word out. That's what happens if you like and share. So she turned 13 on February 22nd, and she's got blonde hair, blue eyes, dimples, and a mole on the left side of her nose and right side of her chin. She's 5'1", approximately 110 pounds. Last seen February 26th on Town Loop Boulevard near the Urbana Apartments in Hunters Creek. She was last seen wearing a dark green hoodie, black shorts, and white Crocs, and may have been carrying a gray floral JanSport, we would say JanSport here, but a backpack. So the number to call if you know anything is 407-423-8477. Now, we were looking at this guy who's been named the prime suspect, who's the mother's boyfriend, as they now said, or ex-boyfriend. Probably ex-boyfriend now. Hope so. He's the prime suspect. So for Disney to come forward and say, which I haven't seen that, but for them to say, no, he doesn't work here, wow, even more of a red flag if he's pretending to work for Disney, based on what they found on his phone. They said that they found disturbing images and video from sexual crimes that took place at the family home when they forensically examined 37-year-old Stephan Sterns' phone. Everyone's asking, how old is he? 37 years old. Review of the phone's data revealed attempts to delete evidence. So he thankfully was not successful at that. Okay. He's being held on no bond, and I don't know if he's said anything of where she is yet, It doesn't seem like it, because they're like, he was given the opportunity to, and then. So here's some more pictures of him, and there is that arrow that I've shown you earlier that says cast member at Walt Disney World, which many in chat are saying, no, Disney came forward and said he doesn't work there. So that's why I say, wow, what a red flag to, I don't know, bait people or whatever it is, right? Glitter is forever. Yes, Grady, you said Grady Judge arrests a lot of people who work at Disney. It seems. I do remember that huge bust from Grady Judd. So he was also a real estate agent. apparently, according to his LinkedIn profile. So this is Madeline's mother. We read the top bit earlier when I lost my voice, and now she said, "I'm trying to hope for the best, but I'm scared for her. I want her to be okay. I want her to be safe. I don't want her to come back harmed." Okay, yes, no one wants that, right? It's just an interesting statement. I don't want her to come back harmed. I hope she's okay, especially if she's really in the woods or in the swamps or wherever, right? I just want her back, whatever that means. I just want her back. Shame, man. My goodness. This must be terrifying. So here is a missing poster as well that you'll see me sharing on social media. If you see it, please repost it or also screenshot it or share it yourself, download it, share it. It would help a lot. I'm sharing as many pictures as I could find of Madeline Soto as well. 13 years old now, blonde, blue eyes, 5'1", 110 pounds. Last seen February 26th. Today's, of course, it's a leap year, so it's February 29th today. And there's the number again. And I've just got some more pictures here as well. Miss T says, could be an old job. Could be. Thank you to Grizzly Cat for brightening up some of these pictures, like the one on the right-hand side as well. Okay, so we've gone through the presentation. Now what I want to show you is, I'm quickly first going to show you the interview. Let's boost it a bit as well. Hold on. Where this guy, the boyfriend, is sitting in the background, then I'll show you the map time, okay? So here he was getting arrested. See that they called it perp walk, as in the Orange County Sheriff's Office. Let's just quickly look at this. He comes out here. Let me play it from here.
Of a police patrol car. Sterns is the boyfriend of Maddie Soto's mother, Jen. He's also believed to be the last person to see Maddie Soto when he allegedly dropped her off at school on Monday. Maddie Soto was supposed to arrive at Hunters Creek Middle School.
And I'm muted. I've moved myself. This is the mother's boyfriend, okay? The guy, the prime suspect, sitting here. But just watch him. Maybe we'll watch it twice. So weird how he's sitting there and then he like cracks his knuckles and like, why is he sitting in the back like that? Listening to everything that Madeline's mother's gonna say. Okay? So watch here, watch here.
Was the last anyone seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day. At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
Now,
isn't it so weird how he's just sitting there like that? Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Also, from my presentation, look here at this picture. Wait, where's that picture of the mom? There. Even there, he's right. I think that's him. He's like right behind her there. Always right behind. Always watching. Like this guy. My goodness. Okay, so let's watch this one more time here. So that you can see. I've watched it a few times. I'm like, wait, what?
She never made it.
And that was the last anyone seen of her or heard from her?
Yes. I went to pick her up after school, and she wasn't there. So I started driving around, maybe thinking she took a walk. Maybe she decided to walk to my mom's office, which is pretty close to the school as well. Drove around and I didn't see anything. I drove back to the school. The school was closed. I emailed one of her teachers. They confirmed that she was absent all day. At that point is when I called 911 because I realized something was truly wrong.
So that is not Madeline's dad. That's the mother's boyfriend. I do not know how long they've been dating. But for example, the picture that I had on my presentation, that was from 2 years ago. So if that was him standing behind her when she was taking that picture in the car, well, maybe at least 2 years, right? But I don't know. I have no idea how long they've been dating. All I know is it's the mother's boyfriend or now possibly ex-boyfriend, right? Anita Martin says there's nothing worse than having your child missing. I can't even imagine. Right? Don't you guys find that just so, just like, wow, like he's sitting there listening to everything and cracking those knuckles. It almost feels threatening, right? Yeah. So Bella Vita says, is he trying to intimidate her with his knuckle cracking? So, yes, if anyone got confused, when we talked about the prime suspect being the boyfriend, it's the mother's boyfriend. Obviously not Madeline's. Now, what I got to do is show you a little bit of map time where everything is. So I'm not 100% sure where they live, and I'm not going to show exactly where they live, of course not, but somewhere around here. Somewhere down here is around where I found, okay? So I just want to see, well, how long would the drive to school be? Remember, we're in Orlando, Florida, okay? So if they were driving from around there, it would be approximately 20 minutes or so. Now, this is that Hunters Creek area, okay? And apparently this is the school, Hunters Creek Middle School. And apparently, Madeline was dropped off near this Peace United Methodist Church. So that would mean, I mean, that's, like I looked at this main road here, you can walk quite easily right under here, because I took the little Google man there. But this is where her mom says she was possibly hanging out on video, like video surveillance. Now, we haven't seen that video surveillance. It's what her mom has said in interviews, and Fox has published articles about it. And then at the press conference, we heard a question come up about it, and the police chief said, well, we're not 100% sure if it is her or isn't, okay? So if I take the little Google man, and let's put him here by this church. Okay, so here's, okay, Stephan, we're telling people to buckle up. Here is the church where she was allegedly dropped off. She wanted to go early to school that day, and she wanted to be dropped off rather here because she said she was embarrassed of the car that the guy had, and she didn't take her phone that day. Now, I see many people in chat saying that's really abnormal for a teenager. She just turned 13, remember, but not to have their phone. They always wear their phone, and I agree. But her mom said that it wasn't abnormal for her to sometimes leave her phone at home or to forget her phone. So this is that church parking lot. So if we go out, I just want to see if we drive this way. Yeah. So she would have then walked on this Town Loop Boulevard. That's where they say she was apparently last seen walking on here. So if you're local and you know this area, you know this church, you know this road, and if you have any footage or anything to share from that morning from February 26th, please call the police. You just never know if it could help find Madeline. So she would have walked along probably on the sidewalk somewhere here. And if you just keep going, you just go under this little bridge here. Okay, probably on that side. And then it says school ahead. So you go under the bridge, and then the school is actually right there. There it is. But she never made it to school. You know, so the problem is that if a 13-year-old is walking all by themselves, it's not that far of a distance. But oh man, unfortunately, the possibilities are endless of what could have happened, you know, or who she could have gone with, or oh no, like I just hope that she's okay wherever she is. I hope that she's okay and that she will be found safe and well, and that she can have a safe place to stay. Because with that boyfriend there, no, that's not safe. Let's hope he's kicked out of the house forever, right? Okay. So this is the school where she goes. And that would have been the walk. So if you know anything about this, please call it in. If you have any footage, if there's any camera footage, that's it. Yeah, so she asked to be dropped off at that church, and that's it. See, it's not too far. It's not too far of a walk. Probably, what, like 5 minutes or so? Something like that. Okay. Now, Mary McPherson says, is it true that they found proof that of him in sexual activity with her? I don't know, I hope she's okay. Well, they said that they forensically, looked at his phone, and they did find sexual crimes, like evidence of sexual crimes on his phone, and they've charged him with sexual battery, which you could just type in sexual battery Florida to understand what that charge is, just to see what it all is. But I don't want to read all those words out. Check it out. Yes, but it sounds very concerning, and they said it happened at the home. So they didn't say it's of Madeline, but if she said, when I turn 13, I'm going to go live in the woods, if that's what she texted to one of her friends, if she texted it, because of course someone earlier brought up, well, what if he texted that to one of her friends? But if she texted it, Well, that is very concerning. And one could speculate then, well, it sounds like it could have been her that he was, molesting or doing stuff too. And there's also, of course, Facebook, we really have to take with a grain of salt. It's just social media, of course, but on Facebook, one of the moms said that their daughter had said that Madeline said she was being molested at home, but no one was really believing her, which, if that's true, that's very sad, of course, as well. But I have no idea if that's true or not. Blue Eyes Crying said, keeping Madeline and her family in my prayers. Yes. So I think did we look at everything? I actually wanted to show you. Oh, yeah. There is this group as well called Help Find Madeline Soto on Facebook. And they also have launched a Gmail. There's a Gmail. And there's a number. But remember, call the police number, okay, if you know anything. So you can find some more information. I'll be following updates on here as well. Help Find Madeline Soto on Facebook. This is, oh my goodness, Orange County Incarcerations. This Stephan Sterns booking number and all of that, 37 years old. And you can see here, possession of material. And then they worded sexual performance by a child. That is just absolutely heartbreaking to read. So thank you to Grizzly Cat for finding this for us. Then I think this is her family that made this website. It's also linked to that Facebook page. Help Find Madeline Soto. Missing since 2/24. Why did they say 24? 24? It's 26, so that must be a typo. Little typo there. Okay. So we've gone over all of those facts as well, but I'll link this for you in case you do want to see this website. And they also have a GoFundMe page if you want to donate. They say it's for advertising costs and for any unforeseen costs. So if you do, and they've got lots of pictures of Madeline on here as well, which I have shared with you. There's one here that I didn't share with you yet, but it's right here. Okay, so we've got that. And then if we go here to X, let's just quickly look what the Orange County Sheriff's Office has said. They're keeping everyone really well up to date. It's always good to see when they do that. So Orange County Sheriff's Office said missing juvenile 13-year-old Madeline Soto was last seen around 8:30 a.m. yesterday, Monday, February 26th, off of Village Park Drive in the area of Town Loop Boulevard and Hunters Park Lane. She was wearing a green sweatshirt, black shorts, and white Crocs. If you've seen Madeline or you have any information about where she might be, please call 911 or the Orange County Sheriff's Office at 407-836-4357. So, shame. And as I say, this picture's from her 13th birthday. Okay, so if we go, I just want to go back a little bit here. And they keep sharing. The FDLE also said, please share a Florida missing child alert has been issued for 13-year-old Madeline Soto, last seen in Orlando. If you have any information, please contact the Orange County Sheriff's Office. So they've got that there as well. And I think they said here, several OCSO, Orange County Sheriff's Office teams are out this morning searching for missing Madeline Soto and continuing the investigation. More than 50 members of our emergency response team are conducting searches in various areas. And detectives continue to canvass, conduct interviews, and follow any possible leads. The Orange County Sheriff's Office is concerned for Madeline's safety, and our teams have been working around the clock in this investigation. We'll send out any substantive updates as we get them. If members of the media or public are out near any of the search areas, please do not enter any of those areas. Doing so could jeopardize our efforts. So they more want people to share than to go and help them search, but I do know that there are certain areas that people are helping search as well, right? Okay, so we've got that, and then let's just quickly go a little bit higher here. You can see pictures. They said we're continuing the searches from February 28th, so yesterday, for Madeline Soto. She was last seen around 8:30 a.m. on Monday, February 26th. Okay, and here's some pictures from the search that you could see as well. To make this a little bit wider, but shame, and they are searching everywhere for her. I gotta go back to that map just to show you some of those wooded areas. Let's just quickly go like this. Look at their command center and everything, right? Wow. They've got people on horses, they've got drones, they've got K9 units, they've got everything possible to help look for her. Okay, we're almost done with all their posts. I just wanted to show you this one as well, which is, they say, the perp walk. what else did that was it? That was the last thing. So they said here, major development in the case of missing 13-year-old Madeline Soto. This evening, the Kissimmee Police Department, working in conjunction with the Orange County Sheriff's Office, arrested Stephan Sterns, 37, for sexual battery and possession of child sexual abuse material. Well done to them for calling it that and not CP. Yes. Okay. Child sexual abuse material. Stephan Sterns is the boyfriend of Madeline's mother and the last confirmed person to see her on the morning of Monday, February 26th. During the investigation into Madeline's disappearance, Orange County Sheriff's Office detectives discovered disturbing images when they forensically examined Sterns' phone. A review of the phone's data revealed attempts to delete the evidence. I mean, okay, so thankfully he did not succeed in deleting or whatever he was trying to delete. Through the work of our digital forensics unit earlier today, detectives discovered images and videos that were criminal and sexual in nature. Detectives then were able to determine that those crimes were committed at the family home in Kissimmee, and they immediately notified the police. At this time, KPD detectives are the lead on the sexual battery case, working alongside members of our Criminal Investigations Division. OCSO is still actively investigating Madeline's disappearance, and Sterns is considered the prime suspect at this time. So it's not like us saying it. Okay, they're saying it. The police are like, this guy is the prime suspect at this time. This afternoon, Sterns was brought to OCSO Central Operations, where he was interviewed by Kissimmee PD and OCSO detectives. He invoked his right to an attorney and was placed under arrest and transported to jail, where we expect he'll be held on no bond. Sounds like he didn't want to talk, huh? Stephan Sterns had an opportunity tonight to come clean with detectives to help lead them to information about Maddie's disappearance, said Sheriff John Mina. Her loved ones deserve answers, and OCSO and the Kissimmee police will not stop until we found Maddie. The search for Madeline continues. Now, quickly back to this map here, if I just quickly go out of here, because Madeline said, allegedly, on her phone, they said that she had texted her friends to say that when I'm 13, I'm going to live in the woods. So I'm not too sure exactly what she would have meant by that, but if we just quickly look here, let me just take some of these details off so we can actually see. See, here's the school, and I mean, my goodness, look at all of this nature area. Even if you guys say it's not quite the woods, in Florida, it's more like swamps, jungly, right? Wow, this is massive. This is a massive area to search. So there's that, and I'm not too sure exactly where she lives, but if it is around here, wow, there's more. There's more areas here, all around here. So they're searching everywhere. They're searching bodies of water, I've seen. They've got drones, they've got canines. They're searching with the horses, as we've seen. Oh my goodness. That is a large area to search, especially if she was lost around this church area. Yeah, you just never know where she may have gone. Or hopefully she, almost hope she had help, but like good help, not the type that you can meet on Facebook. We've seen some horror stories. Remember that horror story of the guy that had the teen under his trapdoor? He was like trying to help her get out of a bad situation at home, is what he said. Wow. Let's hope it's nothing like that. You know, I hope that they find her. So here's this Mallard Lake. There's all sorts. I mean, I don't even want to name all the places they've searched, because every time I look, they're searching new areas and all around. They're just searching everywhere for her. So yes, if you know anything, please do call the tip line. Ann Smith said, I know Kissimmee is near Disney World and there are alligators near Disney. Oh my goodness. Gator Nation? Gator Land, right? Lots of gators in Florida. So yeah, I hope she's not out there in nature. I hope she'll be okay. Okay, so that's all I can tell you for now. Please do share it as much as possible. I will keep you posted if there's another press conference or an update, or, oh man, I really hope that they find her. Let's hope the next time I see you, they found her and she's okay. I hope so. Yeah, the rest of the letter said, I almost hope a friend is hiding her at their house and now the truth has come out about him. I mean, it could be something like that, right? And I see there's people saying on Facebook as well, you can come out now, little angel, your abuser has now been arrested. I mean, he definitely has been exposed for whatever he has on his phone. Yeah, so, yes, okay. So, thank you so much, everyone, for being here with me. Apologies again, for my little coughing fits and things. I can't really help that, but I am very sorry. I'm on the mend. I'll get better much soon, very soon, hopefully tomorrow. And I will see you again soon. And I'm going to continue to share Madeline's photos and the number and everything on X. So if you follow me on there, my handle is at TrueCrimeGizzler. Make sure you follow the right one. If you're not sure which handle's mine, just go to my website, grizzlytruecrime.com, because that's where all my official links are. Because there are impersonators out there or, whatever, copycats, I don't know. And some people fall for it. Some people think that's me, but it's not me. It's not me. Okay. So, I just want to quickly see. Hens Made Sales said he probably used her phone and pretended to be her mentioning moving to the woods. I mean, yeah, someone said that earlier as well. You just never know. Because we don't know the timeline of when that message exactly was written. All we know is she turned 13 on the 22nd and she went missing on the 26th. That's what we know so far. Thank you so much, mods, for everything you do. Thank you, everyone who's made it over to Patreon and you support the work I do. I really appreciate it. Thank you to all my members and everyone who bought stickers. I saw someone ask if there's a period or not. I didn't see it. I'm so sorry if I didn't see any stickers or whatever. I'll go look now behind the scenes and see if I missed any. Thank you so much, everyone. See you very soon. Stay safe.